Hello? Oh, hi. I'm here for the meeting of the people who were enjoying the definitive edition of the GTA Trilogy. When does everyone else get here? So I guess it's not too surprising that I'm the only one that showed up. The launch has been rocky, putting it mildly. So right when this trailer dropped, there was a lot of people who were already pretty unhappy. They expected a bit more from Rockstar, a bit more of a remaster and an overhaul than just a fresh layer of paint with some better controls and a better UI. And I think if they were a little bit more upfront with what the game had, people would have been happy because they would have saw it coming. Like, what if the trailer looked like this, for example? And you know, despite all of that, I still really want to play the game. The limited amount I actually got to play it, I was enjoying it thoroughly. Don't get me wrong, I understand a lot of the character models look like they were built by an AI that has never seen a human. But I was still having a blast playing it. Just the fact that it had a new layer of paint and the controls were the main issue that were fixed. Especially when I went back and played Grand Theft Auto 3, it was just a pleasure to play. I was just thoroughly enjoying myself. So I got up the next morning excited to play, and then I see this tweet. Services for the Rockstar Games launcher and supported titles are temporarily offline for maintenance. Services will return as soon as maintenance is complete. And I know what you're thinking. Weird time to do maintenance, right? And despite their next tweet saying, "We thank you for your patience and understanding as we continue to work on restoring services for the Rockstar Games launcher and supported titles." People were not patient. People were upset. And it's kind of understandable. For example, this person can't even play the Red Dead Redemption 2 story offline because the launcher's down for a game they may not have even bought. And this person just wants to play some GTA Online, for God's sake. I like this meme, by the way. This was a good response. I like this one too. He's like, "I'm very angry and sad. Please drop GTA 6, thanks." It's as if Rockstar Games would turn around and just be like, "You know what? Our bad. We messed up. Here's a copy of GTA 6. And you know, GTA YouTubers have led me to believe they do just send them to people for some reason.
Inside is the bag. We got what we've been waiting for freaking years, man. Freaking years.
This video was uploaded in early 2017. Why have you still not sent us a copy, Rockstar? God, they must have been really sorry for something. It's also being reported now that the entire source code was included in the Switch release of the definitive edition. But after all that, they came out with another tweet and they restored the Rockstar Games launcher. Yes, it's back. But unfortunately, GTA The Trilogy, the definitive edition, is unavailable to play or purchase as we remove files unintentionally included in these versions. For full transparency, it's worth noting that as I recorded this video, this was the most up-to-date information. But earlier today, just after midnight Central European time, the trilogy is actually available to play again. I'm so sorry for interrupting you, Kevin. You're such a nice man, you didn't deserve that. But tell me more about this wacky and wild launch. So Rockstar have stayed quiet, as is tradition. They have given no explanation to all the people who have purchased the game. It seems to be that licensed music was included in the game. They used the scripts to exclude it instead of actually removing it. There are news stories floating around that saying it included unlicensed music, full game scripts with developer notes, and files related to that infamous minigame Hot Coffee. Now, I'm no big city lawyer or nothing, but given that I'm the smartest person in this room, I feel like I can say that is going to be a lot of trouble. I don't think the music industry will take kindly to that. Although, I'm sure the music industry is understanding. They're probably like, it's fine. So right now when I go to the launcher, for some reason, these are back. The ones that I can play on Steam, they had disappeared from me. The trilogy is nowhere to be seen despite already purchasing it, and it's not available on the store either, needless to say. In fact, there's just no mention whatsoever on the store of anything going wrong. Let's just pretend it never happened. I understand things can go wrong, but it just feels like they're just ignoring the problem entirely and just choosing to not acknowledge it. I mean, it's pretty hard to ignore the fact your Metacritic page looks like this. I mean, if you cherry pick, maybe. I mean, if you ignore the 1,014 negative reviews and focus on the 30 positive, I mean, look at this. This game is incredible. The remaster is great. The best game. Wow. Amazing. And 8 people found it helpful. And just to be clear, nothing against the devs. I don't want any hate directed towards anyone, because at the end of the day, it's a game. But it just feels a little bit rough that the game already seemed a little bit expensive to be buying these 3 old games with a new layer of paint for $60 or whatever the equivalent is. And then it's just radio silence and they're not even explaining the situation and it's just gone from the launcher. But at least with the developer comments, we get some more context to what actually happened in the GTA universe. And this is canon, by the way. Sweet is injured and falls to floor. More flats turn up. Huge vortex opens up and spews forth beasts from another dimension. Seems like they're having more fun developing than people have had playing the game. But while the whole situation around the launch surprises me, it also surprises me about the bugs in the game, because I, for one, never expected the old bugs to be fixed. I assumed it was just a texture upgrade, so my expectations weren't that high. But somehow, a lot of new bugs have entered the game. Like, look at this. What is this? This is when he's riding a quad in attempted first person. Look at that. That's not first person. That's maybe being in first person as an NPC and the protagonist doesn't know anything about personal space.
I'll catch up with you.
But bugs like this, I can get behind. These are hilarious. I don't care how many bugs like this are in the game. I just find it funny. And then there's things like this that I just can't see getting past quality control. I don't know how you can just leave out a part of the map that's necessary to go through for a few missions. Okay, that's just a good way of generating business as an ambulance driver. That's not a bug. And that's just fashion. Okay, that one I can't explain. Maybe he didn't put the emergency brake on or something. That could be it. Honestly, I think this one dude is just really angry at Grove Street. Like, I think that was the same car that knocked into Sweet the first time. I didn't realize the crouch looks so terrifying. My precious. Oh, never mind. He's getting Thanos snapped. We're getting a mix of Lord of the Rings and Avengers here. Oh, and look at that. They didn't give him the ability to swim, but he can walk underwater now. So they have made some improvements. That's neat. Adds a whole other dimension to the game.
You go get him, and I'll keep the engine running.
See, everyone just hates Sweet. Was that the same car again? What the hell is happening in this one? That poor guy was just idling there, happy to be in the cutscene. Oh, she disappeared. It's like a Romeo and Juliet story. She killed him, then killed herself so they could be together forever. Oh, honestly, this is just GTA 3 being punishing. I don't think this is a bug. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, maybe it is. Task failed successfully. I'm just waiting for a car to come and knock me down. Yeah, there it is.
I'll catch up with you.
I'll catch up with you. All right, Sweet. See you later. In fact, the fact that he's dead, that makes it a little threatening. Like, I'll catch up to you. Oh, Tommy, angry. Tommy's pacing off his anger. Oh, look at that. I hate when the interior of my house accidentally goes outside. I also hate when the outside just disappears. Look at this. It's just gone. But hey, look at those retextures, huh? That sure looks definitive to me. Oh, look at that. Even the hay is ashamed to be in the game. Oh, I hear the car coming. Yep, there it goes. Why is it always in that cutscene? At least this time he survived. I like that ending. Big shout out to Cat Lyrius, by the way, who assembled a lot of compilations of bugs. I've been looking at their videos and it's just great time. Great time. Good job. They're charming in a way that the old games were. Like, there was a lot of bugs in the old games and it made it fun because it was goofy. It wasn't necessarily game breaking. But where this has all let me down is, as I said, the lack of transparency, but also just the aggressive push Rockstar have made to remove the older games from Steam and such so you can no longer buy them and this is your only option, because I do think those games were iconic and they deserve to be left there. And I understand Rockstar are probably like, well, if we leave up the old games, maybe no one will buy the new ones, but I think they deserve their place in history and to be kept online as an option if you choose to do so. But also another issue for me is that Take-Two are so aggressive when it comes to the modding community, which are a huge part of the Grand Theft Auto games. I've played so many mods and it enhances the game. The amount of talent and time that has gone into making so many mods on the GTA series is unbelievable. And to see them act so aggressively towards the modding community like some other publishers have done in the past is quite upsetting, because these people have put in so much time and effort to make something really cool for the game. And I understand it's their legal right to tell people, no, stop that. It's not really in their best interest, I believe. Honestly, some of the mods that were made for the older games made this new remaster look kind of lazy in comparison, and they were made by small teams. Honestly, probably should have just paid those people to come on board and remaster the game. It honestly is sad to see. So I guess overall, my message for this video is that the launch has gone terribly. The remasters, while I find fun, I can see why people are hating on them, and they do seem to be less than polished, we'll say. But I think overall for me, this has really shifted my opinion on Rockstar, who was already getting quite a bad time due to, you know, all the GTA 5 relaunches and just online content. They left Red Dead Online die for me, and it upsets me greatly. But this has really spun it on its head for me, and it really has changed the image of Rockstar. I really wish they would try to correct that a little bit. But who am I? I'm just an Irish guy and the only guy in the room who likes the trilogy, so don't listen to me. But I guess that's all my thoughts in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed. Very different type of video, so let me know what you think. This was actually really, really fun to make. Very different for me. Thank you for watching. If you're new, consider subscribing. Would love to have you around, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.